them, I said, how did, because they were saying that if you keep using the fertilizer, the chemicals that they're spraying into these soil, he said after a couple of generations, that soil is going to be useless. Yep. Well, the examples in this, when I remember asking my father was born in 1960. So he's what, 64 now? And I asked him, I said, how did, because he grew up in Turkey. So you got different soil there as well, obviously, compared to the UK. But I said, how was a tomato back then? I use a tomato as an example compared to the tomato now that you get from the store. And he said, completely different. This is like plastic what we're eating. He said, first of all, when you would just go to the market, when you'd have like tomatoes on the stall, you could smell the wave of the tomatoes as you're going into the market. You don't smell that when you were Tesco now.
Hey, Shalom, giving our praise unto Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honor your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above everybody, coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kodash, giving our praise unto Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kodash. It's going to be a relatively quick video, and it's based on the point that this brother, the Push, out here within the UK England camp made, and it's, you know, it's one of them points that it resonates with you when you think about it. And I don't know what other brothers' experience is as touching this particular topic, but the minute he said it, I was like, yeah, man, that's a fantastic point. Now, the contents of the video is dealing with the upcoming famine, and you brothers really should keep up on if you're not already not doing it, Salakia, but you know, you should watch these programs going into the coming famine, because indeed Esau is bringing about a famine to this world, man, and you know, the people don't even see the moves that are being made right in front of them. Okay, people don't even see the moves that has been made right in front of them, like the thing that's happening out there within the Netherlands. People don't see that. Okay, they don't see that these breadbasket type areas are being destroyed, of which it's not limited to Ukraine, because out there within the Ukraine, that's a breadbasket too, and that's look what's happening there. And you got a situation where out there within the Netherlands, they're also shutting down farms. The US, they're shutting down farms. So yeah, man, it's all good and well you being able to go to Mackie D's and all of that, and you got access to these goodies and this food or whatever. But the reality of the situation is that we're getting into a time now where we're getting into a time of scarcity, okay? We're getting into a time of scarcity and ultimately famines, let's say, of the scriptures. So without much further ado, let me get back into the brother's point. Now, with Esau practicing something called intensive farming, and also to the prophecies needing to be fulfilled, where the scripture says the earth shall not yield its strength unto the red Hebrew Edomite Esau, we got a situation where the nutrition within the food has become so weak, okay? So weak, whereas something was very potent within the ancient world and good for medicine and good for food. We don't have that situation out here, and that's what the brother was touching on. It was a great point, because I remember exactly what he's speaking about. And it's not an experience upon watching the video. It's not an experience that I have very often now. Okay, when you get that tomato vine smell. Okay, I can't remember the last time I smelled that vine tomato smell. And when he described it, you know, it clicked something in my brain. I was like, oh yeah, man, I ain't smelled that in a long time. That vine, that pungent tomato smell, like onions, right? You smell the onions, they get them chopped up and you get them fried up, and it smells. Tomatoes supposed to have the same sort of a vibe to it, man. There's a fragrance to it, right? The same thing with strawberries, right? Strawberries are supposed to be pungent, and you're supposed to smell the strawberries. It's got odor to it. And that's this earth not yielding its strength unto the red Hebrew Edomite Esau. And it's a fulfillment of the scripture where the scripture says, thus shall the children of Israel eat their bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. And that's here within the book of Ezekiel, the 4th chapter and the 13th verse. Not only is it lacking nutrition, it's also defiled, man. Right? This ain't the traditional farming practices that we see within the ancient world. This ain't the farming practices that yield the best results and the best for the people. This is what yields profits. And also, in addition to the profits and all of that, a lot of this stuff is now synthetic, man. A lot of the food that we're eating is synthetic, man. It's pure table food, man. Okay, it's disgusting, man. Right? Bread that just is so soft and oily and lasts forever. That's not how bread's supposed to be. When you cook bread on your own, you make yourself your own. Let's say you get some organic flour, right? You need the flour with some yeast, some salt, some sugar. You make a nice loaf. That loaf ain't gonna last about three days, maybe even a day in the heat of summer. Cause that's how we ate within the ancient world. Okay, food ain't supposed to last forever and ever, man. But Esau's got these people out here just like believing that bread can just sit there on the windowsill for 15 days, 15, 20 days, and it's not gonna go all moldy in that, man. That's not natural. That's because it's what's known as forever food, man. And again, to harp on the brother's point, the bread that we ate within the ancient world, it was more nutritious, more flavorful, more pungent, more, the smell was invigorating. And food is supposed to invigorate you, man. I mean, food goes right back into the brain, man. Okay, food hits certain nerves within the brain. And it's supposed to, it's supposed to, when you not only when you eat it, but when you smell it, when you interact with it, it's supposed to make you feel an emotion. This ain't food. What we eating? We ain't eating food, man. Okay, we're not eating food. It don't smell right. Right? It don't smell right. Even when you get like a chicken, man, what they do with the chicken, what they do is they pump it with chemicals, and they pump it with fat and water so that it weighs more, so they get more profit. And now you're dealing with a situation where you got all kind of water. You're trying to cook up a curry, and it's like, where's all this excess moisture coming from? Like, this is not how I cooked a curry 5 years ago. Now remember the change around. It must have been 10, 15 years ago. I used to go to this butcher's, and he's supposed to be like a decent butcher. I used to fry up the chicken, put the curry spices in there, make a nice delicious curry, and that, And I remember one time I was frying up the meat, and all of that juice that was in the meat, it was just like that fat, that fat, watery. The only word I can think of is like glycerol type of substance was coming out of the chicken. It's totally unnatural, man. But this is where we are. You got guys out here that want to stay here. Okay, you got guys out here that want to stay here, man. This ain't nutrition, man. This ain't nutrition. It don't smell right. A lot of the times when you got all of that moisture within that chicken as well, it don't smell right because it's not natural. It hasn't got that chicken smell. And like, hey, coming from the interiors, of Africa, I know what a chicken's supposed to smell like, man. Right? People say, chicken ain't got no flavor or whatever, but chicken's got flavor. There's a flavor to chicken. There's a smell to chicken. Okay, there's a smell to that particular meat. Right? There's a way it fries up. There's a way it's heats up within the pan when you sear it, and you can smell it, man. Okay. We're living in a condition right now where the nutritional value is low, the flavor value is low, and you still got cats out here that are trying to say, man, to hell with a guy that's trying to say out here, man. To hell with a guy that wants to say here, man. Yahabashi Mashai Raza, I don't turn back, man. Yahabashi Mashai Raza, I don't turn back, man. Like, fuck this kingdom, man. This is some bullshit. So I'm gonna say, praise unto Yahabashi Mashai Raza, the bonus unto the apostles of great millstone. On your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.